Hey everybody, Susie here. Today I'm going to share with you a really fun craft that I've been doing for years. This was an activity that was passed down to me from my grandmother, and it's a great way to reuse and upcycle your Christmas cards. Specifically, today is what we're talking, but you can do this with birthday cards, any sort of greeting cards that you have lying around. It kind of gives them the second life, and it's something that you can do to kind of preserve them and bring out a couple each year. Basically, we're going to be making these cute little treasure boxes is what my daughter calls them. They do open. You can open them. You can put something inside of them, and they're stackable. They look like little presents. You could even put bows on them and hang them on your tree if you want to. So first things first, I'm going to go through and let you know a couple of things to think about when you are picking out the cards that you're going to use. There are a couple tips to pick out cards that work better for these boxes than others. First of all, you want to go with something that is a single piece of paper. So if you have a card like this one here, it's double thick on this side. You don't want to use those kind of cards. It's too stiff to fold well. Another thing is a good rule of thumb when you're thinking about creating your box is you're going to use a square of the card. So if you cover up the bottom half or top half to create a square, something about this size in the middle is what's going to be on top. So this card here, that would be pretty boring to have on top. This is beautiful on the side, but it's just really not what's going to show. That's just going to be along the edges and inside the box. So that doesn't make a good box. So here's an example of a good one. This one would work great. Now in this one, you can play around with what you'd cut off. See, if you cut off the bottom, you'd end up with this square here. Not so pretty. But if you cut off the top on this one, you're going to end up with a square somewhere right about here, which is this cute little couple sitting on a bench, and it's got some glitter on the snow here, which would be a really cute box to make. And I'm going to put that one over here because I am going to do that one. But today I'm actually going to work on this one here because I don't want to do glitter while I'm recording. So this one here, if you cut off the bottom, we're going to get a little bit of this snowflake in the middle. A little bit of that letter will show, but you won't be able to see what that is. So I think it will make a nice box. Something like this with these bulky letters, you don't want to use those. It's not good for folding. This one might work, but again, it's got a lot of glitter on it, so I don't want to deal with that right now while I'm trying to record. But that one I might go ahead and make later. So first thing you want to do with your card is you're going to open it up and you're going to take the top off the bottom. And that's simple enough. The only thing you actually need to create these is a pair of scissors. I also have along with me a popsicle stick to help me fold because if you're folding a lot of them, your fingertips will start to get stiff. Now you're going to take the bottom part of your box first. What you'll do is you'll fold. We're going to create it into a square. So you're just going to fold across like so. And this is where these popsicle sticks come in handy because it really saves your fingertips like that. And then we're going to cut off the extra here. Now, the thing with the boxes is you want the bottom to be smaller than the top. So we're going to trim this one a little bit smaller. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make our cover. And look at this. This one actually, I don't know if that's just how we cut it before, but the top is already a little bit bigger than the back. But you just want to have an overhang about 1/4 of an inch. So if this card lined up flush for us, we would go ahead and cut the bottom smaller. But this one actually, the back was a little bit smaller. So all we're going to do is we're going to cut evenly across the top because we don't want to fold our top, and I'll show you why later. So we've got the bottom. Again, here I'll flip it this way so you don't see that blue edge. So the bottom is just about 1/4 inch on each side, bigger or smaller than the top. So we're gonna put our top off to the side. We'll do that one later. We're gonna start at the bottom. So we've already got a crease this way. We're gonna unfold and we're gonna crease it back across this way to create an X in the middle of our card back. And then we're gonna open and we're gonna fold all corners into the middle. And I highly suggest grabbing a stick. This paper is a little bit stiff and it really does start to wear on your fingertips if you're trying to do this all by hand all the time. And it actually makes it a lot faster too. Now we've got all four corners in. Now we're gonna unfold, and we're gonna take the tip and fold across to this folding spot. See that? We're gonna do that, crease, and we're gonna do that all 4 directions as well. So work your way all the way around. So when you open it up, you're gonna see there's like almost like a checkerboard to your whole card now. I'm going to draw on here where we're gonna be cutting because I think it'll be easier for y'all to see what we're doing, but you do not have to do this when you're cutting your card. But I'm tracing on folds that are in here. This will just make it easier for you to see where I'm cutting. And you'll see we've actually created these triangles along the edge. And we're going to cut out those triangles. And then we're also going to cut in to create flaps for our boxes. So see that. So we're going to cut along each of those lines. And like I said, each of those lines are where it is folded. So we cut along each of these. And when we're done, we should have 8 triangles laying on our table. Now all of these instructions are on the blog. We have picture by picture instructions there as well. So there'll be a little information link in the upper right hand corner if you want to head over there, if you want to pin this to your Pinterest board to save for later, or if you're more of a visual person, if you'd like to do it by looking at the pictures one at a time. You can head over there to check out the whole post. And on that one, we actually made a gift box out of somebody's anniversary or birthday party, I think. It was a birthday party invitation. Okay, so now we have this design here like this. See, we've got our little flaps. Okay, now the next fold we're gonna do just makes it easier for when you're completing to put the box together because this is stiffer paper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the point all the way to the center, and then we're gonna fold along the crease here where these tabs are. And it's just, there's already a fold on the back end, but we're folding this crease right here. So we're gonna fold up and in, and we're gonna just work our way around the whole box and just fold up and in. And this just makes it easier for when you're assembling your box. So now we've got all of our folds, and we're just gonna put it together. So when we're putting these together, usually I take the 2 flaps and fold them up towards the ceiling, and then you're gonna fold those pieces up and in. Now these tabs, all the folds will kind of direct you where you need them to go. So they're gonna go up towards the middle here. Get that flap out of the way. See, and they're gonna naturally fold inside the lid. And then you're gonna take one of your sides up and over the tabs and tuck it in. Like so, and you're just gonna pinch that seam really good and tight. Then we're gonna flip over, we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna fold that up and over the edge and in, and then really pinch that seam tight. Now I don't use tape on these boxes. If you have little ones that you're gonna allow to play with them a lot, you could always put a little piece of tape down in the center of your box there to kind of help hold it in place, but they're pretty stiff seams and folds, so they stay together pretty well. Now we're gonna make the top of our box. There's only one big difference when you're making the top of the box. If you notice here on the bottom, I can see the light is making it so you can't see. See how there's a seam right there where we folded to find our middle spot. Now we don't want that right in the center of our box. So I'm going to show you a little tip to be able to make those first folds without making that seam in the middle, okay? So we're going to fold over the card, and we're going to gently fold it in half, but not crease it all the way. And you're just going to pinch right there on the corner. And then we're gonna go across the other side and line up the corners and pinch that corner, unfold, go back the other way and do the same thing. We're just gonna pinch the corner there and come across, and we're gonna pinch the corner there. Now I find it easiest to do 2 folds at the same time. Now you can see the folds on the edges that will help guide us, so you can kind of visually see it a little bit too. And we're gonna point to point together here, right about to the center. There we go. And we can get out our popsicle stick and fold those nice and neat, like so. And then we're going to take the other two and fold them in as well. And once you've got the first two, it's easier to match up the rest of them. After this point, everything else I'm about to do is exactly the same as what we did on the bottom half of the box. So I am going to speed this up as I do this part, and then you can kind of pause and join at the end here for it. All right, now there we have it. There's our lid, and see we got that snowflake right on top, and you can't really tell what that says right there, so we're good. And see, we don't have that fold in the middle, so it looks really nice. And we're just gonna take our top and stick it right on our bottom like so. And it's done. Aren't they so cute? So you can make these out of as many cards as you want. Like I said, you can use them for little gift boxes. You could put earrings in them. You can put little trinkets in them. You could make advent calendars with them, whatever you want. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more fun videos from Twitchetts. And you can head over to the blog, like I said, and pin this or save it for later. And we appreciate any likes, thumbs ups, shares, comments. We read them all. Have fun, guys.